Hey, Thing, wake up. Wake up.
What do you want? It's clobbering time on the West Coast Avengers!
West Coast Avengers! West Coast Avengers! Welcome back to the West Coast Avengers. I'm your host, Dave. What's going on, everybody? It's your pal. It's Dave. I'm having some coffee. It's like 23 degrees out. The holiday season is upon us like a fiery ball of snow, which makes no sense. If you're just joining for the first time, my name is Dave. I am a comic collector, a comic enthusiast, and a comic book seller. Right here are my adventures in comic hunting, meeting people, seeing things, getting collections. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching this for the first time. Hit the like button. Recommend the show to a friend. Currently on the road to 1,500 subscribers, and if and when I hit 1,500, I'm going to be giving away this 9/8 Spider-Man #1 See Todd Win Todd. And how you enter is follow, comment on the video, leave a little note about that episode, hashtag it with STWT, See Todd Win Todd, and I will pull all of these comments off. I'll put everybody's name into a little randomizer and give this book away when I hit 1,500 subscribers. So please do that. It's going to be a lot less of seeing me on this episode and a lot more picture and audio to go along with it. I recently took a trip down to Portland for a little extended break, and I went to the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, OMSI, and they have the Marvel Superheroes exhibit going on. Now, I thought this exhibit was going to be more MCU and less comics, but geez, you're about to see one of the greatest collections of original Marvel artwork ever put to display for public, along with iconic costumes and props from the MCU movies. It is such a great exhibit. I know it runs till I think the end of April of 2023. So if you're in Portland, Oregon, please check it out. And if you need a better reason, then watch the next 15 or 20 minutes or so, and that'll give you the best reason possible as I walk you through this exhibit. I'm going to roll footage, a little tour through the exhibit. It's not everything. There's so much stuff in there, but please do check it out. We'll see you on the flip side. Cheers. The OMSI was pretty empty when I went there during the day. It was $30 to get in for non-members, and the exhibit is a 2-floor exhibit that you'll see right now. Starting with early Human Torch cover by the legendary Alex Schomburg, and you go right from that to an interior page from the first issue of Marvel Comics, and that is insane. It's by Bill Everett from 1939, and it depicts Namor. Right after that, you'll see a graded copy of that same comic, Marvel Comics #1, with the Human Torch on the cover, and an absolute legendary book that I had never seen in person until this moment. And next you move into the Kirby and Simon era, and a page from Tales to Astonish #1, an absolute amazing piece of art. The first part of the exhibit goes to Black Panther, and you get to see some of the actual movie-worn costumes, and then on the opposite wall is a Tales of Suspense '98 original cover by Jack Kirby, first meeting of Cap and Black Panther. So I found my way over to Yancey Street. I found Ben Grimm asleep on the couch, so I nestled up next to him and passed out myself. And then I checked out the Jack Kirby Fantastic Four cover for 175, Galactus and High Evolutionary, followed up by John Byrne's cover to Fantastic Four 246, a fan favorite cover and an epic Doom cover. Amazing to see that in person. Now we get to everybody's favorite New Yorker, Spider-Man. Copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 right there, little introduction to Spidey and Miles, and then we get into the pages. First page, Amazing Spider-Man 12, page 8. Cover for Amazing Spider-Man 97 as well. This was something I did not expect to see, and they had 3 pages in a row from the death of Gwen Stacy. One of the most iconic moments in Spider-Man's history, featuring pencils from Gil Kane, inks by John Romita Sr., Amazing Spider-Man 121, The Death of Gwen Stacy, the original pages, the night Gwen Stacy died, and all signed by Stan Lee as well. Just incredible to see. Of course, I got a chance to hang out with the webhead himself, but back to the pages with this beautiful Mike Allred page from Spider-Man, and then to the iconic Amazing Spider-Man 39, the last page, the first John Romita Spider-Man book. And then something I did not expect to see, the original cover for Amazing Spider-Man 252, the first appearance of the black suit. And when you look closely, you could see notes from Klaus Janson, who was the inker for Ron Frenz's pencils, to the colorist about the sunset and other suggestions he wanted to make for the cover. Beautiful stuff. You can't have a Spider-Man original art exhibit without a little Todd, and that is Spider-Man number 8, cover by Todd McFarlane. Hobgoblin Spider-Man, just a classic cover, and it was awesome to see this in person. It was time to say hello to the big green fella, and then he almost killed me, but check this out. You want to talk about 3 of the most iconic covers of all time? King Size Hulk Special 1, followed by Incredible Hulk number 102, which is the first issue of the ongoing series of Hulk after it was canceled. And then you get Hulk 180 cover, the first appearance of Wolverine or cameo, depends on which side of the argument you fall on, but just iconic and amazing to see all 3 of these covers together on one wall. From Hulk to Thor, we get some of the Thor Ragnarok screen-worn costumes and used props, but what was unbelievable was this. The first appearance of Loki in comics, Journey into Mystery 85. This is the first page and the first piece of art of Loki. Incredible! It's incredible! And then this beautiful Art Adams Thor cover featuring Jane Foster. And I love Art Adams, so it's nice to see him next to such an iconic page. And then from there, we go to this amazing commission by Adam Hughes of Hella, and it was commissioned just for this exhibit, and it is a stunning piece of art, which is situated right next to a beautiful Jane Foster Thor Esad Ribic piece. Speaking of iconic covers, it doesn't get more iconic in the Bronze Age than this. Iron Man 128, the Demon in a Bottle, Bob Layton cover, is a legend. Switching gears to other iconic Iron Man things, how about some of the original suits that they built for the movie that Robert Downey Jr. was wearing? And Hollywood prop departments are amazing, because even getting as close to I was with my face up against the glass, it was hard to tell that these weren't actually metal, that they were plastic or whatever that they used to make them lightweight. Another cover I could gush about all day, Avengers 57, the first appearance of Vision, and this is it in all of its black and white original pencil and inks. And the WandaVision exhibit was a lot of fun. There was music from the show and little glitch art going on. Talk about a cover that is iconic from my childhood, Captain America Annual number 8. Wolverine versus Captain America by Mike Zeck. Right next to it, a Gene Colan recreation of Captain America issue number 46. And closing out the first floor of the exhibit, Captain America 117. Holy shit, the first appearance of the Falcon, the original cover in person right there. Then I used the Tesseract and I went upstairs to the second floor of the exhibit. The top floor, first part, focused on more of the street level superheroes and some art based around that. You got some early Daredevil covers, including some Wally Wood, followed by one of the more iconic Frank Miller covers, Daredevil 179. This street level heroes exhibit really highlighted some amazing artists like Frank Miller, as well as Bill Sienkiewicz on this unused cover for Moon Knight number 13. And then we go to David Mack, and his art's stunning in person, followed up by an impressively amazing Mike Zeck Shang-Chi pinup. Holy good God. Now we come to the portion of the museum that has the mutants, featuring, holy shit, a interior page from X-Men number 1. Yes, X-Men number 1 interior page featuring Magneto, as well as Beast, followed by an interior page from Giant Size X-Men number 1. 2 of the most iconic books in the history of comic books, and there are original pages right next to each other. Not to be outdone, there's the original cover by Neil Adams for X-Men 58, an icon. And then Barry Windsor Smith doing a Wolverine pinup that was used on the back of one of the first 15 issues of Wolverine. And there we go. Frank Miller's cover for Wolverine number 1. One of the greatest Wolverine images of all time. Absolutely. just amazing. And then some more classic Uncanny X-Men covers. It was like I had died and went to mutant heaven because it was insane to see this stuff. Bill Sienkiewicz, Sienkiewicz. Bill Sienkiewicz, Sienkiewicz. There was plenty of mutant art to look at, especially that middle one, the finished piece by Jim Lee and Scott Williams. I don't even remember what this is from, but I love it. Talk about a surprise. This thing's probably worth about $500,000 to $1 million. The cover for Marvel Spotlight 5, the first appearance of Ghost Rider. So this is the first published image of Ghost Rider, the original cover, just sitting there on the wall. The insurance policy for this must be insane.
After that, I had to travel to Kamertaj to learn the ways of the Sorcerer Supreme and open my third eye and travel to the astral plane, where I visited Dr. Stephen Strange, Mr. Doctor, as he is known to his foes. And once I was through the other side, I saw something unbelievably
Cosmic. No big deal. Just the Silver Surfer #1. Oh, and the original cover by John Buscema and Joe Sinnott. No big deal. Yeah, so that's just the original cover to Silver Surfer #1. Unbelievable. I love you, Jar Jar. Oh, Misa, I love you. Oh, hi. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? I implore you to check this museum out in person. It's very kid-friendly. It's a science museum. It's very adult-friendly. It's a science museum. And if you don't like science, well, I'm sorry. That's your loss. The Marvel stuff was fantastic. I spent 60 minutes in there. I know I'm going back in 3 weeks, so I'm excited to see it again. So amazing to see that artwork up close and personal. I was sticking my face about like 2 inches away at angles just to see the line work, just to see the detail. It was cool to see those MCU props, and you know, they had a little station for all the big heroes, and as you saw, the kid right here took some photos with some of those statues. So I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed my voiceover. I tried not to be too invasive to your ear holes, but just invasive enough to make you want to love me even more. Don't forget, every Wednesday, West Coast Wednesday, a comic book auction acclaim sale, and every Sunday we've got Sunday Sit Down. And now you're watching this video on Monday morning thinking, God, why am I spending so much time with this guy? Because you love me. Anyway, hit the like on your way out, recommend this to a friend, have a happy new year, and I'll see you next year on the West Coast Davengers. Oh my God, I have gas. I gotta.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the West Coast Avengers, the show where we talk about comic books.